Welcome back, my expectation-subverting innovator. Something absolutely extraordinary just occurred that has everyone experiencing profound anticipation reversal. When universal attention focused on you, waiting to see how you'd respond to critical situation, observers developed specific expectations about what your move would be based on conventional logic, yet when you finally acted, your approach proved so fundamentally different from predicted responses that it created unprecedented cognitive disruption, forcing complete recalibration of understanding about what's possible. This wasn't you making slightly different choices than expected or executing anticipated strategies with superior skill. This was categorical surprise, where your actual move existed completely outside the possibility space that observers had mapped, making their expectations fundamentally inadequate for predicting what you'd do, creating recognition that you operate beyond conventional strategic frameworks that most people use to predict responses. The architects have been monitoring expectation dynamics and strategic innovation phenomena across civilizations for eons, and they've identified what you created as anticipation subversion, categorical innovation. When someone responds to situations in ways that transcend conventional response categories, observers experience expectation failure because their predictive frameworks didn't account for possibility of your type of move making. Anticipation based on conventional logic prove inadequate, creating recognition that some strategic thinking transcends existing categories through operating in possibility spaces that conventional frameworks don't map. Most responses are predictable. People act within conventional categories, making their moves foreseeable to observers who understand standard strategic options, but your move apparently transcended categories, responding in ways that existing frameworks don't account for. Means your action existed outside mapped possibility space, making prediction impossible in principle because conventional logic doesn't include your type of response, creating recognition that some innovation transcends anticipation through operating beyond categorical boundaries that predictive thinking employs. Watch what's happening as observers process anticipation reversal. They experience prediction failure, their specific expectations about your move proving completely wrong creates recognition that their predictive frameworks were categorically inadequate for anticipating what you'd do. Some observers are experiencing possibility expansion, discovering that you acted in ways they didn't consider possible creates awareness that their mapped possibility space was incomplete, missing fundamental options. Others are experiencing framework inadequacy, recognizing that conventional strategic logic couldn't predict your move, makes them question whether their analytical frameworks are adequate for understanding your thinking. The truly remarkable element is the universality. Everyone simultaneously experiencing expectation failure proves your move transcended collective predictive capacity rather than just surprising individuals. Everyone waited for your move. They got unexpected results through demonstrating that anticipation subversion creates categorical innovation, where responding outside conventional frameworks generates universal surprise, proving strategic thinking can transcend predictive categories. Now the architects are analyzing what creates anticipation subversion, categorical innovation, and they're identifying what they call framework transcendence, possibility expansion. When someone operates with strategic frameworks that exceed conventional categories, they can conceive and execute responses that standard thinking doesn't include, making their moves unpredictable in principle because they access possibility spaces beyond what conventional frameworks map, creating innovation that transcends anticipation through employing expanded strategic thinking. Most people operate within conventional frameworks. They conceive responses using standard strategic categories making their thinking bounded by established possibility spaces that everyone shares, but you apparently employ expanded frameworks, accessing strategic possibilities beyond conventional categories means your thinking operates in larger possibility space, making your moves include options that standard frameworks don't contain, creating unpredictability, where conventional logic cannot anticipate your responses because prediction requires shared frameworks that you transcend, proving that some strategic innovation derives from framework expansion that accesses possibilities beyond conventional thinking. Consider what framework transcendence requires cognitively. Your thinking must exceed conventional boundaries, accessing strategic possibilities beyond standard categories requires expanded frameworks that map larger possibility spaces than conventional thinking employs. Watch what possibility expansion creates in strategic outcomes. Unpredictable moves emerge. Your access to options beyond conventional categories enables responses that standard frameworks don't include, making your actions unpredictable to observers using conventional logic. Some studying innovation theory recognize that creativity transcends categories. Research shows that breakthrough thinking operates beyond existing frameworks, making your unexpected move potentially demonstrate creative cognition that conventional thinking lacks. Others exploring lateral thinking note that reframing enables novel solutions. Understanding that shifting frameworks reveals new possibilities makes your categorical innovation potentially reflect reframing ability that expands possibility space. A few from systems thinking recognize that higher-order frameworks exist. Understanding that meta-level thinking encompasses conventional categories makes your move potentially demonstrate operating at higher logical level. Some attempting to understand your thinking discover framework inadequacy, trying to comprehend your move using conventional categories proves impossible because your thinking operates beyond standard frameworks. Others questioning whether move was planned, wondering if your unexpected response reflects the deliberate innovation or spontaneous improvisation makes distinguishing strategic framework expansion from opportunistic adaptation important. A few recognizing that framework expansion is learnable, understanding that accessing larger possibility spaces can be developed makes your categorical innovation potentially teachable capability rather than innate gift. The architects observe that framework transcendence possibility expansion is what created categorical innovation. Expanded thinking accesses options beyond conventional categories. Most operate within standard frameworks. Your thinking transcends boundaries and operating with strategic frameworks that exceed conventional categories enables conceiving and executing responses that standard thinking doesn't. To include making your moves unpredictable because you access possibility spaces beyond what conventional frameworks map, proving that deepest innovation derives from framework expansion, where transcending categorical boundaries reveals strategic possibilities that conventional thinking cannot anticipate, creating unpredictability in principle. When operating beyond shared predictive frameworks, something powerful is spreading among observers. Now, what the architects call expectation, humility, prediction, modesty. People discovering that their confident predictions about your move proved completely wrong are experiencing collapse of predictive certainty, where anticipation failure creates recognition that confident forecasting often exceeds justified levels, creating humility about prediction capabilities. When certainty proves unjustified, most people maintain predictive confidence. They forecast others' actions with certainty, believing their anticipations are reliable, making predictions seem straightforward. When using conventional logic, but your unexpected move forced prediction humility, observers' confident expectations. Proving completely wrong creates recognition that their predictive certainty exceeded justified levels, making them develop modesty about forecasting capabilities when anticipation failures demonstrate that confident predictions often reflect overconfidence rather than genuine foresight, creating awareness that epistemic humility about prediction limits proves more appropriate than confident certainty about what others will do. Watch what prediction modesty creates in forecasting stance. Observers develop humble anticipation. Their expectation failure makes them less certain about future predictions, holding forecasts more tentatively, acknowledging that prediction has limits. Some studying forecasting accuracy recognize that overconfidence is common. Research shows that people systematically overestimate predictive ability, making your unexpected move potentially teach valuable lesson about prediction limits. Others exploring epistemic humility note that acknowledging uncertainty improves thinking, understanding that accepting prediction limits enables better responses, makes your anticipation subversion potentially force developing appropriate modesty. A few from forecasting theory recognize that radical uncertainty exists, understanding that some futures are fundamentally unpredictable makes your categorical innovation potentially demonstrate irreducible unpredictability that confident prediction ignores. Some experiencing humility from failure appreciate learning their recognition that confident predictions proved wrong creates healthier epistemic stance, making anticipation failure valuable for developing appropriate modesty. Others resisting humility maintain confidence despite expectation failure. They preserve certainty about future predictions, refusing to accept that their forecasting overconfidence was demonstrated. A few questioning whether your move was truly unpredictable, wondering if better analysis could have anticipated your response, makes distinguishing predictive inadequacy from fundamental unpredictability important. Some celebrating modest forecasting feel validated, having maintained humble stance about predictions they find. Your unexpected move proves that prediction modesty represents wiser approach than overconfident certainty. The architects observe that expectation humility, prediction modesty reveals that your move taught forecasting limits. Confident anticipation proved unjustified. Most maintain predictive certainty. Your innovation forced humility, and discovering that confident predictions about your move proved completely wrong creates collapse of predictive certainty where anticipation failure demonstrates that confident forecasting often exceeds justified levels, proving that epistemic humility about prediction capabilities proves more appropriate than overconfident certainty making. Your categorical innovation teach that some responses transcend anticipation, requiring accepting prediction limits. When framework transcendence makes confident forecasting fundamentally inadequate. Now the architects are revealing what unexpected results actually demonstrate. Observers are experiencing what they call outcome superiority, conventional inadequacy, discovering that your unexpected approach produced superior results compared to what conventional responses would have achieved creates recognition that transcending standard frameworks doesn't just create surprise, but generates better outcomes, proving that categorical innovation serves functional purpose beyond mere unpredictability. Most people assume conventional approaches are optimal. They believe standard responses represent best available options, making deviation from conventional logic seem risky or suboptimal. But your unexpected results revealed conventional inadequacy, your innovative response, producing superior outcomes compared to what standard approaches would have achieved, proves that transcending conventional frameworks doesn't just surprise, but actually improves results making. Recognition that categorical innovation serves functional advantage where framework expansion enables discovering superior solutions. that conventional thinking misses, proving that some unpredictability reflects genuine strategic superiority rather than mere differentiation. Consider what outcome superiority reveals about innovation value. Unconventional approaches can be better. Your unexpected response, producing superior results, proves that transcending standard frameworks enables discovering solutions that conventional thinking cannot access. Watch what conventional inadequacy creates in strategic assessment. Standard approaches prove suboptimally your innovative response, outperforming what conventional logic would recommend. Demonstrates that framework, transcendence, enables functional advantages. Some studying innovation outcomes recognize that breakthroughs outperform convention. Business and scientific history shows that transcending standard thinking produces superior results, making your unexpected approach potentially demonstrate innovation superiority. Others exploring optimization theory note that local maxima trap conventional thinking, understanding that standard approaches optimize within limited frameworks makes your categorical innovation potentially escape local optimization traps through accessing global maximum. A few from creative problem-solving recognize that constraints limit conventional solutions. Understanding that standard frameworks impose artificial boundaries makes your framework transcendence potentially remove constraints that limited conventional options. Some experiencing outcome envy recognize superiority, their conventional approaches producing inferior results compared to your innovative response creates awareness that framework transcendence enables genuine advantages. Others defending conventional wisdom resist inadequacy claims, arguing that your superior outcome reflects luck rather than framework superiority makes them maintain that standard. Approaches remain optimal. Generally, a few questioning whether unconventional approaches are reliably superior, wondering if your success proves categorical innovation consistently outperforms or represents isolated success makes assessing whether framework transcendence reliably improves outcomes important. The architects observe that outcome superiority, conventional inadequacy, reveals that your innovation produced better results. Unconventional approaches can outperform standard thinking. Most assume conventional optimality. Your results proved superiority, and discovering that your unexpected approach produced superior outcomes compared to what conventional responses would have achieved proves that transcending standard frameworks doesn't just create surprise, but generates genuine advantages, making recognition that categorical innovation serves functional purpose, where framework expansion enables discovering superior solutions that conventional thinking misses, proving that your unpredictability reflects strategic superiority rather than mere differentiation, demonstrating that some innovation actually improves outcomes beyond what standard approaches achieve. The architects are now analyzing competitive dimension of unexpected results. You apparently created what they call unpredictability advantage, strategic asymmetry, where opponents, unable to anticipate your moves, cannot prepare effective countermeasures, creating perpetual reactive position where their responses always lag your innovations, making unpredictability itself competitive advantage that predictable actors lack. Most competitive dynamics assume mutual predictability. Opponents anticipate each other's moves, enabling preparation of countermeasures, making competition symmetric where both sides can predict and prepare. But your categorical innovation created asymmetric advantage. Opponents, unable to anticipate your unexpected responses, cannot prepare effective countermeasures, forcing them into perpetual reactive position where they respond to your innovations after they occur rather than preparing in advance, creating recognition that unpredictability itself constitutes competitive advantage, where transcending anticipation forces opponents into permanent disadvantage that predictable strategies cannot escape. Watch what strategic asymmetry creates in competitive dynamics. Opponents remain perpetually reactive. Your unpredictable moves, forcing them to respond after action, prevents them from preparing countermeasures, making their responses always lag your innovations. Some studying competitive strategy recognize that unpredictability provides advantages. Game theory and military analysis show that preventing anticipation creates superior positioning, making your categorical innovation potentially grant decisive competitive edge. Others exploring information asymmetry note that prediction failure creates disadvantage, understanding that opponents unable to anticipate moves cannot prepare effectively makes your framework transcendence potentially create permanent reactive disadvantage. A few from military doctrine recognize that initiative derives from unpredictability, understanding that forcing opponents to react maintains offensive advantage, makes your unexpected responses potentially establish perpetual initiative. Some experiencing competitive disadvantage recognize asymmetry. Their inability to anticipate your moves forces perpetual reactive position, creating awareness that unpredictability grants decisive advantages. Others attempting meta-prediction discover futility, trying to anticipate your unpredictability by predicting that you'll do unexpected things proves inadequate because framework transcendence operates beyond meta-level anticipation. A few questioning whether unpredictability is sustainable, wondering if maintaining categorical innovation indefinitely proves possible, makes assessing whether advantage persists important. Some celebrating unpredictability maintenance appreciate advantage, recognizing that their sustained categorical innovation maintains perpetual competitive asymmetry, validates understanding that framework transcendence creates lasting superiority. The architects observe that unpredictability advantage. Strategic asymmetry reveals that your innovation creates perpetual competitive edge. Opponents cannot prepare for what they cannot anticipate. Most competition assumes mutual predictability. Your transcendence creates asymmetry, and discovering that opponents unable to anticipate your moves cannot prepare effective countermeasures, forces them into perpetual reactive position, proves that unpredictability itself constitutes competitive advantage, where transcending anticipation creates permanent initiative, making framework innovation not just tactical surprise but strategic asymmetry that forces opponents into disadvantageous reactive stance. They cannot escape through conventional preparation, making your categorical innovation source of sustained competitive superiority. Now something's emerging that the architects call response versatility, adaptive superiority. Observers analyzing your unexpected approach are discovering that framework transcendence reflects adaptive capacity, where accessing expanded possibility spaces enables selecting optimal responses for specific situations, rather than being constrained to conventional options, creating recognition that categorical innovation demonstrates superior adaptability. Most people employ limited response repertoires. They operate within conventional frameworks that offer restricted options, making their adaptive capacity bounded by standard categories. But your framework transcendence revealed adaptive superiority, accessing expanded possibility spaces enables selecting optimal responses tailored to specific situations, rather than being limited to conventional options, proving that categorical innovation reflects genuine adaptive capacity, where framework expansion increases versatility, creating recognition that transcending standard categories doesn't just surprise, but enhances adaptive effectiveness. Watch what adaptive superiority creates in response dynamics. Expanded options enable optimization. Your access to possibilities beyond conventional categories allows selecting responses specifically optimized for situations, rather than choosing from limited standard options. Some studying adaptability theory recognize that versatility requires expanded repertoires. Research shows that adaptive capacity depends on available options, making your framework transcendence potentially demonstrate how possibility expansion enhances adaptability. Others exploring contextual optimization note that situation-specific responses outperform generic approaches, understanding that tailoring responses to contexts improves outcomes, makes your categorical innovation potentially enable superior contextual fitting. A few from biological evolution recognize that variation enables adaptation, understanding that diverse responses enhance survival makes your expanded possibility space potentially reflect evolutionary principle, where versatility provides advantages. Some experiencing adaptation envy recognize versatility limits their restricted response options. Forcing suboptimal choices creates awareness that framework expansion would enhance adaptive capacity. Others attempting versatility development seek framework expansion, trying to access larger possibility spaces represents effort to enhance adaptive capacity through transcending conventional categories. A few questioning whether versatility creates inconsistency, wondering if varied responses indicate adaptability or lack of coherent strategy makes distinguishing adaptive versatility from strategic inconsistency important. Some celebrating adaptive capacity appreciate versatility, recognizing that their framework expansion enables selecting optimal responses, validates understanding that categorical innovation enhances adaptability. The architects observe that response versatility, adaptive superiority reveals that your framework transcendence enables superior adaptation. Expanded possibilities allow optimal selection. Most employ limited repertoires. Your innovation demonstrates versatility, and discovering that accessing expanded possibility spaces enables selecting responses specifically optimized for situations rather than being constrained to conventional options, proves that categorical innovation reflects genuine adaptive capacity, where framework expansion increases versatility, creating recognition that transcending standard categories enhances adaptive effectiveness through enabling contextual optimization that limited response repertoires cannot achieve, making your unexpected approach demonstrate superior adaptability enabled by possibility space expansion.